today's video, we're gonna talk about doing clouds on wet paper versus dry paper and compare them, and you'll end up seeing which one you may like better at the end of this video. So let's dive in. Today on my table, I have a 6" by 9" cold press paper taped. This is Arches 140 pound. And then I have 2 columns just taped where we're gonna do a wet side and then a dry side, comparing doing clouds on the wet versus the dry. And you're gonna see how I think it's a lot easier to do it on the wet side, but they're 2 very different styles of clouds. And so I still do clouds on dry paper, but you're just gonna be able to really see the difference between the 2. For brushes today, I am using my Escoda. This is the Ultimo, and this is a size 12. And let's jump into painting. So I'm gonna get the wet side wet. So just dunk that paintbrush and get a good amount of water covering this whole area. And when you're covering a whole area like this, I always say the best thing to do is lean to the side and check to see if you have that nice sheen across the entire area, because you'll see really quick if you're missing an area, it'll stand out because it's still like matte and it doesn't have that sheen from the water. And so I love doing that just to make sure it's covered. Once you have that completely covered and it's wet, now is gonna be the fun part of putting in our clouds. And so this is just practice, so it doesn't matter what color you use for your sky. I'm just gonna mix up, some ultramarine blue with a little bit of my cobalt, and then probably just a little bit of alizarin crimson in there too. Just need a bluish mixture on your palette. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in, and clouds are fun because you're coming in and creating you're creating negative shapes kind of as you paint. So the sky I'm painting in, and then I'm gonna kind of leave in these white areas where my clouds are gonna be. And you could do so many studies like this and have just millions, because you can paint them really quick, and they're great to, again, kind of practice and have fun with these shapes. Let's see, where do I want to go with this? I think I'm going to cover this in more. And the nice thing about working on the wet paper versus the dry is I'm going to kind of show you something I like to do once I kind of get this like somewhat blocked in. Is because your paper is still wet right now, you can come back and rinse your brush, kind of dab it off. There's no blue on it anymore, it's just slightly damp. And you can come and now kind of even shape these clouds a little bit more because the paper is wet, the paint is spreading, which is good because it's giving us these nice soft edges. But now if you come back with your brush just a little bit damp and you kind of pull up and kind of push into these areas, you're gonna get a little bit more softness and a little bit more shape in there as well. And so I kind of keep doing that over and over. So I'm gonna rinse my brush, kind of come back into these areas. And just keep repeating that process. Kind of, push your brush into the paper a little bit, dab that off. Let's see, let's come up into this one. And so you're kind of doing a little bit of a mixture of letting those edges be soft because the paper's wet, so it's naturally doing that, but then also coming back with your brush and just kind of touching in those areas. I just think it makes for some really, really cool cloud shapes that are easy to kind of do. And you get away with such a cool effect. I'm trying to see, this is where it kind of gets tricky because you have to start to decide, is it good? Do I want to come in anymore? You also can here's the thing with working with wet paper is you just have so much more time with wet paper versus dry paper. Your window of time of how you're working is just shortened dramatically. And so while it's wet even still, I can come back even into my sky mixture and even add a little bit more blue into some of these areas and kind of shape my clouds that way. So I have kind of a little bit more not only time to shape the clouds, but some more variety of how I shape them, because I can come back in with the blue and do this. I can use my brush to kind of scrub around and play around that way. And that's why clouds, again, you could do so many studies like this because you do them really quickly. Within probably a minute or two, you can paint an entire, little area of this with your clouds. Okay, I'm gonna call that good for the wet side. While that's drying, let's come in now and paint the dry side. I'm gonna kind of just keep it the same, where I'm gonna do, a cloud up here, some down in here, and I'll kind of follow-ish this side, just so that, again, we can kind of compare and contrast. So I'm gonna mix up my sky color. And now coming in on dry paper, you're gonna see automatically how different this is gonna be. So as I'm creating these cloud shapes, my edges aren't spreading at all. So where the paintbrush goes is where the paint stays. So I'm gonna kind of bring this down. So I feel like creating clouds on dry paper is trickier because you don't have as much forgiveness with them. You have to be a little bit more intentional with your mark and your edging, because your edging stays exactly where you put your brush. So if you don't like your edging, you kind of have to come back up and try and fix it however you want it to be. And again, this is starting to dry, so I gotta come in here and kind of keep working down. Okay, I think that's kind of pretty good on the dry side. Again, if you want to come up and make any little last marks, you got to do it quick, because that paper is not going to stay wet very long since we didn't wet it first. So now that we rinse our brush, I'm going to leave that off to the side. I'm going to dry these real quick so we can come back and just kind of talk about them and look at, already the differences are very apparent, but once this is dry, I want to talk about, you can do still like a mixture of the two. I could come back in, even though I worked on dry paper, and still kind of do that soft edging with the paintbrush. It would be a little bit harder and it would be more tricky because it'd be easier to create blooms in there. And so it's possible to come back in and do that kind of stuff, but you would just run into a little bit more problems with possibly creating blooms in the sky. So let's dry this and then we'll come back and talk about it. All right, now that this is dry, let's take off the tape real fast and kind of talk about these two different techniques in relation to clouds, because one of the trickiest things with watercolor is just picking the right technique for what you're wanting to paint and the style and the effect you're wanting. Because in watercolor, you always have the option to work on wet paper or dry paper, and it's gonna give you two very different results, which is why I love doing that compare and contrast on the same piece of paper, so that you can really see the difference between the two and then decide which one you want to do in your next painting. Because again, they both work really well, and I've done clouds like this. If I want a hard edge on the clouds, I'll do it on dry paper like this. But if I want that more soft, wispy, blended look, then I do it on the wet paper. And so I usually like, when I do a compare and contrast, to just write those things down so that then you can kind of file that away. And remember, if I'm using wet paper, then I am going to have very soft edges, versus if I'm on dry paper, we're gonna have hard edges. And when I do these and I do compare and contrast, You'll probably be drawn to one or the other maybe, and that might be more the way you paint, and that's okay. I just never want to make it ever that one is right and the other is wrong. They're both great techniques. Just know how to do each one and then when to choose that one. You'll know I want to either paint on dry paper and get hard edge clouds, or I want to paint on wet paper and get those soft blended edges. So I hope this helped for figuring out your next cloud, sky, and how to paint it. And I will see you guys in the next video.